Okay, now in this next section, we're going to kind of be going the opposite of the last problem I just did. So now we're going to condense, and notice what the direction's saying, each expression to a single logarithm. So this kind of looks like an answer we just got. Okay, now we're going to go and use the properties kind of in reverse order. So notice you've got a product where I'm multiplying something in front, and then I've got subtraction here in the middle. So the first thing you need to do is this 5 is going to go up and be the exponent. We're using property number 3 that we talked about. Okay, so the log n base 3, that 5 goes up and becomes the power on the x. To try and get back to one logarithm, we're kind of using property number 3 in the reverse order. And then I'm going to keep that as minus for right now. And likewise, this 6 goes up and becomes the power on y. So that's the first thing. If you have anything that's got something times a log, they got to go back up and become the power on them. Now I look at it and say I've got subtraction. So I want to get this to a single log. That means I'm using property number 2 that I want to write it as a quotient. I'm dividing. So I'm going to write it as a single log in base 3. And I'm going to write this as a quotient. So I'm going to have x to the 5th, okay, over whatever my thing is for after I subtract the log, y to the 6th. And that would be compressing it to or condensing it to a single logarithm in 19. Let's also look at 22 here. Okay, this is one. Now notice this one I've got a sum, but I've got these numbers out in front. So my first thing I'm going to do is this 10 is going to go up and become the power on the x. So it's x to the 10th. And we're in base 3 here, so let me put that on. Plus, and then this 2 is going to go up and become the power up here on y. So it's the log of y squared to the power of 3. So now I'm down, I've got rid of the product out in front using property number 3. Now I'm adding, so I want to get this to a single log. So it's going to be the log, and now I have to do the product of these two things, meaning I multiply them because I'm adding the logs together. X to the 10th times y squared. And you could put a dot in the middle to show multiplication, but you can just write them next to each other like that.